I'm Neha Vashisht from the Economic Times, and welcome to a special episode where we are going to take you through the world's first ever Taj Branded Residences. A magnificent beauty, this place is truly a dream place to live. This is Taj Sky View Hotels and Residences. Located in Chennai and developed by the Ampa Group, Taj Sky View is truly a unique blend of luxury and the high life. Taj Sky View is not just any property but a brand new asset class. Equipped with luxurious hotels, residences and office spaces, this is the lap of luxury, a place you can call home. Designed by globally acclaimed consultants such as Andy Fisher Workshop, Taj, Studio Kin and Bose Tiber Lighting Design, this property is a living example of opulence and functionality that redefines urban living. But what makes it stand out? Let's talk to the ones who envisioned this grand project. Welcome, Mr. Ampa. Thank you so much for joining us today. First of all, I want to congratulate you for this amazing project. What a beauty that you guys have created.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here with us, and seeing what we have done.
Well, the pleasure is all mine. The Taj Sky View Residences mark the launch of the world's first Taj Branded Residences. How do you see this project changing the way we look at collection?
Project has been conceived and designed in a fashion that you can live in a 5-star hotel all your life, every day. That's the reason, how this has been created.
How do you feel that this project stands in front of other luxury real estate projects in Chennai?
See, this is a very unique product which we have created along with the Taj Group. The Taj adding value to providing the services of the residences, which it starts from the maintenance to the operations to the soft services. All services are provided by the Taj. And since this is the first time Taj is doing it in India and the world, we have curated all the services along with the minutest detail. The product is available for people to live in. It will make a difference which is beyond compare.
Right. So, what was your inspiration behind this project and why did you decide to amalgamate residences, offices and hotels?
The offices and residences need a lot of services. The offices, what we are doing is not a mass office, it's a boutique offices. It's between 2,500 to 5,000 square feet size of offices. So it is more or less like the boutique offices or a corporate office or things like that, which you need that high quality of service to you and to your client who comes to see you. Like, assume you have a jeweler, a boutique jeweler having his office there. So the high value clientele coming there has to be serviced by somebody like a hotel. So otherwise you will have your own kind of services, which is also good. But when you have it at your 5-star service, then it makes a big difference to the customer who's come to see you at your place. It increases the value of your product if it's an office. If it's a residence, you are going to enjoy that service all your life. So what it makes is, it makes the product irreplaceable.
Truly. Why Chennai?
We had the property in Chennai. We had the vision of this product in Chennai and the value of the Taj, because the Taj Coromandel is one of the very early properties which is 60 years old in Chennai. So the Taj has a very, very long history of attachment to Chennai. So those reasons are why we created this product with keeping Taj in mind.
Did you feel that there was real estate gap when it comes to Chennai's high net worth individuals or UNHIs?
Definitely, the ultra high net worth individuals of Chennai and the HNIs who can afford to have this service and who are willing to pay for that service it's not available. Because we've seen the two projects in India which are now operational, both are in Bangalore. I know a lot of people who have already invested there because they found it very convenient. So when you are not going to live here fully, you travel in, it's a serviced house. It's not something which you have to get in, clean and things like that. See, this is the only product available where the service, when paid for, is possible inside your apartment. All other luxury residences, only the common services are going to be available, and that too maintained by the various modalities of service providers who are providing that. Here, when Taj provides a service inside your apartment and outside your apartment, and all the engineering services are also maintained by the same 5-star hotel. So it is like living there. As I said, we are beyond compare as a product.
All right. One more follow-up question that I have is when it comes to your collaboration of Ampa Group with the Taj brand, how do you feel about this collaboration and how do you feel about the project?
See, the collaboration is very, very important because the marriage between Taj and us for this project is very, very valuable, because the brand value of a Taj, the recall brand value of the Indians here in Chennai is very, very strong with Taj. But when we create it for Taj, then it's a very unique portfolio which is going to be a flagship portfolio for them. And it comes along with a 253-room hotel, which is a large hotel which can cater to this kind of services.
Well, that was quite amazing, but I feel that every conversation is incomplete without a cup of coffee. So I think it's best that we move to the cafeteria, shall we?
We shall. I think we continue with our coffee.
Sure. So I also wanted to understand that by when could we expect this project to complete it?
2027, second half is the time frame which we have. The hotel has to operate along with the residences. So the hotel is going to service the residences entirely. So we would allow the residences to be occupied only after the hotel is operated. So since being a 253-room hotel, it has its size. So we expect the hotel to be operational by mid-2027 and the residences to be operational after that. Okay. So somewhere between second half of 27 is when we will have the project entirely operational.
All right. So now that we are here, you have your healthy green tea and I have my coffee. Let's continue our chat. This project seems to be perfect for the 1% club. And I want to understand how crucial it is for you to understand in terms of NRI community and the other clientele from across the India.
See, this product which you have designed is suitable for living by the owners. You can lease it out and allow people to live. As a product, Taj will be involved in the management of the hotel, and the division which will be managing this, the hotel division will be managing this, will also have a leasing arm which they will lease out these products to people who are looking at high-end residences which are going to be serviced. So as an investment community outside Chennai, this will be a fantastic opportunity for the NRIs and for the investment company outside Chennai, because it will be vetted by the hotel company. We expect at least 100% increase in the rental yield as compared to regular, because regular real estate in Chennai for residences is 2 to 3% yield. We expect a 5 to 6% yield for a product like this for residences. So it's a very, very suitable product for the investment community, whether it is from outside India or from other parts of India. As a product, we estimate 50% of the product to be used by the people who are going to live there, families who are going to live there. And the other 50% are going to be investment community, which will be leased out to expats and other CEOs, CXOs, CFOs of various companies who would be living here.
All right. Okay. So maybe you can also have your green tea while we have our chat. You have a lot of ventures when it comes to the fields out there. That is, you have ventures in IT, finance, real estate. How do you manage and align yourself with these ventures, and how do you plan and strategize when it comes to the growth?
We have one person of the family heading each of the ventures. Finance venture is handled by my son. It's a 78-year-old chit fund company which we have taken over. We're taking over one more company. So he handles that. I think he's expanded 100% over the last 2 years, and in looking at 100% growth over the next 2 years. So that's the finance part of it. My son-in-law handles the IT. He has offices in 5 countries now, and more than 250 people working for him. He's in the Salesforce product delivery space. See, the mall is run by my daughter-in-law. She handles the retail part of it. She handles. My daughter is now handling the school. We're building a Shishya school here, a joint venture between us and Shishya, one of the premium schools. So she's handling that. I handle the new products, like what we're doing here as a branded residences. So we kind of split it totally within the family. So each one of us are responsible for our P&Ls, and that's how we handle that.
Superb. Let's come back to the project now. How do you think that this project is going to redefine Chennai as a city?
50% of this product is going to be utilized by people who are going to be using this as rental occupied spaces. Now, all those people are going to be from various parts of the world and various parts of the country who will be moving into here, but at that higher end, that 1%, the club as you call it. So it's going to change the geographic occupation of this area to when we have 123 families moving in here in that segment, the entire composition of this area will change. And we expect this to become the boat club of Chennai as we go.
All right. So we're talking about Nelson Manikam Road, where this property is located. Where do you see this place in next 5 years?
The entire radius of 1 to 2 kilometers around this place is going to get the energy from whatever we are building here. The 5-star hotel, the residences and the offices, along with Shishya school and the mall which has been renovated. This is going to change the landscape of this area, and we expect this to be fruitful for at least 1.5 to 2 kilometers from this as a radius, which will energize the entire space. And we expect the real estate here to definitely, increase more than what it would normally increase in some other space. So we expect the growth here to be phenomenal. And by 2027 itself, we expect the increase in the real estate activity here to a large extent. There are 2-3 developments on this road which are now coming based on whatever we are doing at this point of time. We'll have more such developments which will come up, and it will change the landscape of the entire area.
All right. So we know that a lot of international architects and consultants are also involved in this project. What were the challenges you faced with those international architects, and what were the challenges that they faced when it comes to the Indian geography and Chennai as a city itself, and how did you overcome those challenges?
See, I'll start with my concept architect, which is Andy Fisher Workshop. So from Singapore, so they did the concept for this project, and Andy Fisher is already used to doing a lot of developments in India. I think they're doing more than 10 developments in India with various builders. So they know the mindset of the Indian palette. Chennai palette was slightly different, so we had to educate some part of their team to suit to the Chennai palette. Then in terms of the interior, Studio Kin from Sweden are the interior architects for the residences and the hotel. They have been inspired by our Chettinad. We hail from Chettinad. All the Chettinad food which you hear of is from my hometown. Not just the food, the culture. There's a lot of culture and heritage Chettinad comes with. I think a lot of that culture, heritage and design will be showcased in our project also. So we will have the Chennai design, the Chettinad design integrated into the interior design itself. And I think the interior architect team has integrated that extremely well. I think as you see the product, when you'll find out more about it. The highlight of this is going to be the landscape. See, the landscape consultants are from Bangkok. They have done a lot of hotels and residences across the world, and I think this will be one of the best landscaped residences in Chennai. We have a lot of water bodies, 2 swimming pools for the residences, 1 for the hotel. We have 1 swimming pool on the terrace for the residences is more a wading pool with a lot of the jacuzzis and air jets and so many other things. The landscape highlight will be a major feature in this project, and I think which people can see only in 2027. The next consultant, who is from Singapore again, is the lighting consultants. Their Bo Steiber is their name. I think Mr. Bo is a very senior person in the lighting industry, and they will be doing an excellent job in terms of giving us the interior and exterior lighting and the landscape lighting.
Right, and that sounds quite amazing. I think there is a half Olympic-sized swimming pool also.
Bigger than that, 35 meters.
Oh, so that is something that sounds quite humongous and great, and it will add to the grandness of the project also. Let's also talk about sustainability factor. So sustainability is the need of the hour, as we all know. How does Taj Sky View Residences aligns itself with the environmental goals and sustainability goals?
As a design philosophy, from day one, this has been designed to be a green building, and we will be going for the IGBC certification. Whether it's gold or platinum, we have to wait and see. But at least a gold design will be, if not platinum, we're trying to reach the platinum. Since this is a mixed use development, there are some challenges which we have to overcome in terms of getting platinum, but we are trying to get into platinum for the rating. So this will be a zero discharge building. So all water will be recycled. There's no discharge from this. It will be a highly efficient building. And in terms of the efficiency, I have to say that, since this is a hotel and residences together, the economy of scale of this project and the management will help in reducing the air conditioning cost for the residents. So we've kind of managed this in such a manner that we will expect a lot of saving in the electrical cost of the residences. Though they will have a fully air conditioned residence, there will be a lot of savings in the operational cost of the residences because of the planning which has gone into place. As a first time in Chennai, we'll have running hot and cold water in your residence. So we are using technology and to recover the heat from the air conditioning and convert that to the hot water. And hot water will be available 24 hours like a hotel.
Well, that sounds great, and I think a lot of real estate firms actually don't think about these things when it comes to realities, and it's great to hear that the Ampa Group and Taj is coming up with a project that actually thinks about the environment as well.
That's part of our basic philosophy, we'll stick to that. Being a 6-decade-old group, we have a lot of philosophy which we will stick to. And I think that goes into the entire development stage of the process, from planning till execution, till delivery of the product, and after delivery, the service of the product, we will be there. And for people who buy in here, invest in here, they will come to know that since the hotel is also owned by us and managed by us, and the residences are designed for 100-year use. So it's not something which you need to refurbish and all of that. So it's all taken care of as a sinking fund in the operating cost itself. So like a hotel is maintained, it is also be maintained, and that kind of finish will be available to you for at least 100 years is what we estimate.
Well, this has been fantastic, but I think it's time to experience the entertainment side of this project as well. Let's now move to the mini theatre and also meet Mr. Arun Bharti, their MD of Bharathi Meraki Group.
See, actually where we are going to go next is called a Spectre Theatre. And that's a product which Taj has created for luxury residences and very luxury hotel properties. What we will be building at our Taj Sky View Residences and Hotel is a 40-seater full-fledged Spectre theatre, which will have a full experience of having a movie experience or whatever you can watch. So it's going to be a one-of-a-kind product which many residences don't have it. At least in Chennai, it will be for the first time we'll be having the product which is called a Spectre theatre. So let's go have a look at it.
Sure. And that sounds quite fantastic and fancy as well. So let's move now. So apart from Spectre Theatre, where we are moving to, what 3 amenities that you feel are very unique in terms of real estate projects when we talk about luxury?
We have a 8-meter high air-conditioned pickleball court, a squash court, and a badminton court inside the building, which is very unique. The sports facilities is beyond compare, and then we have outdoor sports facilities as a cricket lane. You have a half basketball court. We have a tennis court. The water facilities which we have in terms of the spa and the jacuzzis and the air spa, all of that is again a major differentiator. The third amenity will be the landscaped areas on the terrace. At 96 meters, we have a terrace and we have a deck on the 96th meter, which again is a unique thing.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Taj Spectre.
So this is the Spectre Theatre, please.
Mr. Bharathi, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today here. I want to start with the project itself. What was the inspiration behind the inception of this project?
There are certain ideologies we work on. So as a team, we believe anything we do should have a value. Right, so when we want to develop a luxury project, our inspiration was how do we develop a luxury project with value, which always grow in value for an investor, and it as a nature of the project also keep growing. This has been one of the concepts which we took when we started off the project itself. So then we started looking at what will be the differentiating factor in luxury. Then that's the concept of branded residence was born. And then who should be the partner was being analyzed. And then even every design element of the project. So one of the key design elements I would say is on top of amenities and services is we decided this project should be designed and built to last like a public building for 100+ years. So first time we got IIT to do a consultation on durability to increase the life of the building and not only the strength, which generally we do with structure. So everything has been considered value and luxury in mind has been designed.
All right. And I also have a follow-up question, and it's related to Taj. What was the reason behind choosing Taj as the hospitality partner when there are other players out there in the market as well?
So Taj here is not a hospitality partner. They have a much larger role here in case of a branded residence. So one of the key things is as a group Ampa and as we have a strong belief, Indian brands are much more understand the Indian context. And this is primarily, instead of hospitality coming to home, it's like home where the hospitality is made in, right? So the residence is a major factor here. So they have to understand the Indian concept of living and everything. So we felt an Indian brand would be a very, very ideal fit for it. So that's what we considered Taj. And for us, equally, Taj was also looking for a right ethical partner whom they can collaborate with, who is ready to learn this curve. Because this is the first residential project for Taj also. And this is the only project pan-India. So one of the proud moments for we as a group is we have been able to get this project before Mumbai and before Bangalore and before Delhi, right? When it comes to Chennai, it's a very, very proud moment. And we are very, very happy to partner with Taj on this.
All right.
It definitely took some work to convince Taj to make this their first concept project.
And I think that became successful, and it will be a dream by 2027 for sure. But let's also talk about something related to real estate and returns. So, at any point, anyone who's putting their money in any real estate project, especially if you're talking about buyers, the main agenda is ROI. So, from a longer term perspective, what is the anticipated ROI for buyers in this project?
As a developer, honestly, we shouldn't share anticipated ROI, but we can give comparisons. So that is something which we can do for people to take a learned decision. See, Taj has built a project called Wellington News, which is a apart hotel project in Colaba region in Mumbai. So typical 2-bedroom apartments gets rented around 3.5 lakhs, maximum stretch of 4 lakhs for a rental in Colaba region, whereas this Wellington News project is being patronized by a lot of celebrated business people for a long-term leases and a monthly rental yield of somewhere around 16 to 18 lakhs, and it goes up to 20 lakhs is what they are able to reach for a same 2-bedroom apartment, right? So ROI is of two parts, right? One is basically the rental. So in a Colaba region, we are talking about a 3 times or 4 times or 4.5 times rental yield, right? So similarly, here in Chennai, there is another brand which has a single bedroom apart hotels where they give it on a longer lease, where the market rental is around 1 lakh, which is going around 3.5 to 4 lakhs. So a branded residence with all the service elements generally fetch a much superior ROI in terms of rental yield. Okay, then comes to the ROI in terms of resale and how it works out. So a branded residence is completely managed and maintained by a brand. So to an extent where the agreements are signed, where people agree, they don't interfere on a monthly maintenance. So the RWC, whatever is formed, the Residents Association can't come in and say this service is required, this service is not required. So the brand decides what service is required. They will take inputs from the RWC, but final decision is always with the brand. Which means the product or the building is always maintained beyond imagination, right? So we can take Taj Mahal Palace, which is a 120-year-old building, right? And today even it's going stronger. Per night room rental is 48,000. So any branded residence globally, according to multiple surveys, has proven any new releases, a branded residence will be 30% more than the local market price. So this is a benchmarking which has been done by IPCs. And globally it has been done, and so branded residence is a new concept to India. But what we have seen as our experiences from the launch date in last 1.5 years, we have successfully able to give our investors a 50% price increase, right? This is a good return for an investor in a 1.5 year period time.
All right. So how do you see this project as catering more towards the end user or towards investments more?
So it's a combination. So any real estate project is successful only when it is a right combination. So we have developed the product in a very interesting way, where we have office spaces which is focused purely on investors. We have 4-bedroom apartments and sky villas, which the penthouses which we have, which is designed with a 14 feet ceiling height and lot of other freshness into it. These are designed only keeping end users in it. So let it be the bedroom sizes to bathroom sizes. We have gone in till the last square inch of the project. So it supports the end user to live very comfortably and happily. We have another category called 3 bedrooms, which is a combination of an investor and end use product. But majority, we believe that product will be taken by investors, because a 3-bedroom rental to a CXOs and consulates and other traveling members will get a very good returns, and we believe people across India and globally will invest on that project, because a Taj Branded Residence is not a local Chennai asset. It's a national and international asset. So we believe the people will be benefited by investing on the 3 bedrooms there.
All right. So now that we have talked about the project, I think it's time to see the project as well from a broader perspective. So let's move to the 3D model area and continue there.
Yes, we will see the scale model.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now that we are here, in the training model area. Mr. Bharati, the first question to you is, being a former architect myself, I'm quite intrigued by design elements and I'm quite fascinated by design elements as well. I want to understand which are the design elements you think in this project shows the legacy of the Tajness.
See, there are two part of it, the interior and exterior part of it. Since it is going to be the 3D model, right, you wouldn't be able to see the interior part in detail. So one of the key design things which we gave the architects to do is it should be a timeless building. So if you look at it, it's a very, very clean building, and it has very simple classic effects. So something like the extrusion in the pillars, which has 3D patterns. So this is one of the key things. And another important thing I would say is the glass color. So first time we have something like a copper colored glass. So this will stand out with a very, very simple, subtle feeling. And another important thing we see is the amount of plantation we have done at the rooftop, which should be visible even from downstairs in the city. So that is another design element which we believe will stand out.
Okay. And how is the market taking in the concept of integrated living? We have 253-room hotel here by Taj and Residences and both places as well. So what are your thoughts on that?
See, initially it was difficult for people to understand. So they were thinking it is only a hotel which is coming in when we told Taj.
There were a lot of people confusing this with a service apartment. So it took time for us to make them understand that this is a residence, it's not a service apartment.
So only clarification like what Ampana said is for them to make them understand a market like Chennai will also have a branded residence and Taj will also do a branded residence. Took little bit of a effort and time from us, but now people are able to understand. And even day before yesterday when we met a very, very interesting ultra HNI customer, he said, this is a kind of a living I want to live. And I want to forget about all the headaches, right? So now we are seeing people's acceptance and understanding has increased drastically over a period of last 6 months to 9 months.
All right. And I'm sure the view from there, the Chennai skyline will be spectacular as well.
Yes, definitely. You know, the entire horizon on the sea, it will also be visible from there.
Super. So it was lovely seeing this project in reality. And I must say I'm quite impressed by this amalgamation of Ampa Group, Bharathi Meraki and also the Taj brand. Just for closing remarks, what are the 3 words that you can use to describe this project? And this question is to both of you. A quick answer, 3 words from you, 3 words from me.
Live your life to the fullest. This is the product for that.
And you, Mr. Bharati?
So I would say if either you invest or you live, it's worth your time.
All right. Well, it was amazing experiencing this project with you both. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you both.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I think it's been our pleasure to show you around this project. It's a project we have created from our heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is the essence of Taj Sky Residences, where luxury seamlessly blends with comfort. A space that can be your home, your workplace, and your perfect sanctuary. This is me, Neha Vashisht, signing off until next time.